To avoid Alzheimer's disease and to repair and reverse Alzheimer's disease, which is reversible, you need to eat 8 to 10 eggs a day per 100 pounds of body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you need to eat 15 to 18 eggs a day. You weigh 200 pounds, you need to eat 20 eggs a day. You weigh 240 pounds, you need to eat 25 eggs a day. That's why egg thieves never have Alzheimer's disease. And my newest CD out is called "A Stick of Butter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away." That old adage that an apple a day keeps the doctor away was actually quite wrong. Apples cause fatty livers in babies. Have you ever heard of fatty liver disease? It's kind of a precursor to liver cirrhosis. Wow. Well, it's actually caused by, you ever heard of foie gras? Anybody ever hear of foie gras? It's a French specialty where they feed cornmeal to geese. They actually force feed them. They take it, they ram it down their throats, and they get a fatty liver, which is the consistency of butter, and they smear it on bread before they eat, and so it's called foie gras, and it's a delicacy in France. Well, human beings, when you're eating a lot of corn syrup, high fructose corn syrup, you get foie gras, you get a fatty liver, which becomes a liver cirrhosis. Doctors are happy, you get to do a liver transplant and make a lot of money and everything, right? What's the first real food that grandma gives her grandbabies? Apple juice. Bam! They're dead. And here's why. Sugar cane, the sugar is sucrose. Sugar beets, the sugar is sucrose. Grapes, they use for winemaking, is glucose. What is the sugar in apple juice? High fructose apple juice. Why is fructose bad in Coca-Cola and good in apple juice? It's bad in both. Eating an apple a day will catch up with you and cause fatty liver and liver cirrhosis. Foie gras. Okay? The kids drinking apple juice 3 times a day because grandma's, oh, goody, goody, little honey. So good for you. Grandma's killing the baby. Now, she doesn't know that, of course. She'd be horrified if she knew she was killing her little grandbaby. But back in the old days, people only lived to be in their 40s. That's because grandma would kill them. So, it comes down to knowing these things. Of course, we're looking for help because things are getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Because the nutrients necessary to prevent all these pre-existing conditions, 900 different diseases, are no longer found in our food. And why is that? Well, plants only make things out of carbon. That's why they like carbon dioxide. Plants love carbon dioxide. Raise your hand if you've heard of the carbon dioxide cycle. Okay, good, few of you, half of you. Okay, we give off carbon dioxide as a result of our metabolism. We use oxygen, right? Well, plants use carbon dioxide and give off oxygen, so we get along fine with plants. We're not in competition for the same stuff. They make what we need, and we make what they need, so everybody's happy. Well, the problem comes in when we do too much of a good thing, right? Plants can only make things out of carbon dioxide, carbon compounds. They can make vitamins, which are carbon compounds. They can make amino acids, which are carbon compounds. They can make fatty acids, which are carbon compounds, but they cannot make minerals. They're dependent on what's in the soil for minerals. They can make everything else from the carbon dioxide in the air. Isn't that neat? Now, 2/3 of the 90 essential nutrients, 60 of the 90 essential nutrients are what? Minerals. 60 minerals, right? So, plants only require 3 elements from the soil. All commercial fertilizers only have those 3 elements in them. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. So when you're eating commercially grown foods on big 1,000-acre farms, you're only getting 3 elements from your food. I'm eating well. Bam, you're dead. Because you're only getting those 3 elements. Farmers get paid by tons and bushels. They do not get paid by the nutritional value of the food they're selling you. Now they know this, and so for their animals, they add all these 90 essential nutrients to the little alfalfa pellets they're feeding their cows and chickens and pigs and so forth, right? The 90 essential nutrients to assure they're getting it because they're not sure what's in the soil anymore. You're not going to spend $2,500 to do analysis of the soil every week to see what you need to do and everything. And so we've eliminated these diseases in animals by preemptively supplementing with everything, because we don't have health insurance to pay for wreckage. In human beings, we have health insurance, so people would say, well, if I get arthritis, I've got a good doctor, insurance will pay. They say silly things like that. Again, for those of you who just came, it's like saying, I'm going to just put dirt from Texas into my car instead of oil, because why should I pay for oil when there's probably some oil in that dirt from Texas? Now, an insane person wouldn't do that to their car, but they do that to themselves when they just eat well and not supplement. Okay, so I hope you understand that analogy. So, our program, we pay special attention to the mineral aspects of our program. We provide in our sports drink, again, 100 nutrients, okay, which include 78 minerals. In our program, we have 90 essential nutrients. 60 of them we know to be essential, but we still give you the 78 minerals. 6 of them, which are essential nutrients, those minerals, 6 of those minerals are called rare earths. And rare earths, what they do is add years to your life. When you have 2 experimental groups of animals, no matter what kind of, they've done many 25 different types of animals, so it's not due to one, to one species. And what they found was they have the control group has the same diet as the experimental group, but the experimental group has any one of those 6 rare earths, and the control group has a dummy pill. Well, it turns out the ones getting the rare earths live 3 times longer than the ones getting the dummy pill. Now, the longest lived people on Earth come from places that have high levels of these rare earths in their soil. They're the longest lived people on Earth. They have 40 times the hundredals we do. They have 1 hundredal per 250 of their population. We only have 1 per 10,000 because people aren't getting these rare earths in their foods. So we provide them for you, all 6 of them: ytterbium, yttrium, praseodymium, neodymium, samarium, and europium. Now, if I were to take them one at a time and take them out of this mineral supply and put them in capsules, it would cost $90,000 for a bottle of 90. Only 2 bottles would be sold every year. So we decided we were going that route. So we decided what we're going to do is just give it to you for free. We give them to you for free. They're part of our 90 essential nutrient program. Okay? Rather than mess with it, since they're in there naturally, we just give them to you for free. We don't charge you for these 6 rare earths that triple the lifespan of experimental animals and human beings. That's the place where these people live that live the longest, have the most 100-year-olds. This is the thing in their soil. Everybody who, including National Geographic, that studies them says this is why. I'm just repeating what National Geographic says. So, don't forget your absorption. Got to be gluten-free, right? It's never too late. I mean, you can have all kinds of gluten problems, and you get gluten-free, and in a couple of months you'll be absorbing again. You've been eating gluten for 20 years, but you don't want to go there because you could die in that 20 years, right? Okay, so I'm going to stop there for a minute, and anybody have questions when it comes to liver and high blood pressure, kidneys, kidney failure, dialysis, lupus.
What about shingles, which is very...
Wait a minute. Anybody? Okay, I don't want to talk about infectious diseases. We're talking about nutrition here.
High blood pressure.
Okay, high blood pressure. If you have shingles, you go into the roofing business. Okay, high blood pressure can be caused by 2 basic things. Number 1, simple mineral deficiencies. Another one is when you have kidney disease. The kidney will release a hormone called renin, R-E-N-I-N, which drives your blood pressure up, trying to get more blood coming through the kidneys. And when you have kidney failure, there's nothing wrong with your kidneys 99% of the time. When you have kidney failure, there's nothing wrong with your kidneys. They determine kidney failure by doing a blood test. Says your kidney's not filtering the dirty blood. Dirty blood's going up. So, your kidneys aren't working. That's true. I'll give you an analogy and you'll figure it out quickly. Now, doctors are very ignorant of this. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're ignorant. Otherwise, they're the biggest crooks on earth. Okay, they're either the biggest crooks on earth or they're ignorant. So you take your choice. Okay. What happens is this. let's say you win the lottery, and you want to be like these, rock and roll singers, and so you can get in a gold-plated toilet seat, and you're getting a gold-plated bathtub, and boy, you're taking your first shower in your gold-plated bathtub. You are having the time of your life, and the water's coming up around your ankles and coming up around your knees, and you're checking, and the drain is open, but the water is coming up around your knees, and it overflows and goes underneath the bathroom door and down the hallway and ruins the rug and ruins your bathroom or your bedroom rugs and everything. So you got a waterproof cell phone. So you call the plumber and say, I'm taking a shower in this stupid bathtub you installed, and you guarantee me it'd be wonderful. It's gold plated. I want you to come take it out and refund my money. He says, why is that? He said, well, it's flooding the place. It's not draining. Now, did he make the right call? No. What he should have done was call the roto-rooter guy and get the willow roots out of the drain. I want you to think about kidneys that aren't working. What brings the dirty blood to the filtering units of the kidneys? Little microscopic arteries called afferent arteries. They're 10,000 times smaller than the diameter of your hair. They only let one red blood cell through at a time. That goes to the filtering units called glomeruli. So when those little arteries are blocked, there's no blood getting into those filtering units, and so the kidney can't do its job, so it registers no filtering. Nothing wrong with kidneys. Unjustly blamed. Well, we got to do a kidney transplant, but for maybe 6 months or a year or two, whatever, depending on your blood type, how quickly we can get kidneys, you might be on dialysis. I get people who are on dialysis for 25 years. They haven't peed in 10 years. They're getting dialysis 6 times a week. And in a month's time, they're peeing. In 2 months' time, they're off of dialysis. Because I don't even touch the kidneys. I don't even worry about the kidneys. I give them their 90 essential nutrients, and I get the blood flowing through those blocked arteries. We have a program for blocked arteries. And so you add that to the basic 90. That's that we have secret sauces for 900 different diseases. And you know people that have 6, 8, 10 diseases. They've got arthritis, they've got high blood pressure, they got diabetes, they're obese, they have low thyroid, they might have congestive heart failure, they got COPD, they got the beginnings of dementia, ringing in the ears, they got back problems, all this stuff. And boy, I wouldn't marry into that family. They got bad genes. No, they're not absorbing anything because those are all nutritional deficiencies. As soon as you start getting people with 6, 8, 10, 12 diseases, they got the gluten problem. You don't need to do a test. You already know what the problem is. And of course, doctors will say, oh, you think you got a gluten problem? Okay. Takes a blood sample, tests it for a wheat allergy, comes back, you're not allergic to wheat, eat all the gluten you want. Bam, you're dead. Because a gluten intolerance is not a wheat allergy. It is not a wheat allergy. Is anybody here allergic to poison ivy? Probably not. There's no pollen. You're not eating it. Anybody here intolerant to poison ivy? You're all intolerant to poison ivy. You don't want to get naked and roll around in it. You'd get contact dermatitis. You'd be a mess for a month. Okay? Same way with gluten. Nobody's allergic to it, but everybody's intolerant of it. Everybody. Because your intestines, all those little villi to go away, and it's all scar tissue. How do you absorb through the scar tissue and no villi? Okay, so that's why people get 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20 diseases. They're on 17 different prescriptions. They're seeing 14 specialists. And the doctors are happy because there's insurance. The worst possible thing for human health. So that's why I get 10,000 new patients a month, because people hear what we're doing and they say, well, you get me off of dialysis? Yeah. You got to change your diet and take our supplement program. I'll do whatever it takes. I don't want to keep doing dialysis. I'm out of here. And how long have you been on dialysis? 25 years. What? Your doctor's been milking you like an ATM machine. See, he should have given you a kidney transplant 24 years ago. Why didn't he? He says, well, they just couldn't find one for me. Right. Mm-hmm. He lives pretty good, doesn't he? Well, he does drive up in a white Mercedes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So anybody have any questions on those things? Okay. I think I'm going to cover one more thing, and then you can have questions on that, and then we'll call it a day. I want to talk about kids, my favorite people. The reason I do this, this far from 80, is so, I could have retired a long time ago, but I do this primarily for kids, because I hate to see kids have problems. And